Welcome. Today we discuss on the thresher and threshing machines. The threshing methods, and there in this chapter we discuss about the threshing methods and their mechanization, then types of thresher, their working principle, and construction details. And also we'll discuss on the factors affecting the thresher performance, match seller, and its construction details. The threshing is the process of removal of the grain from the plant by any of the three methods or their combination. The rubbing action, impact action, stripping action. And common methods of threshing are manual labor, animal powers, and machines. Now the threshing by manual, it is done either by threading the grain under the feet of men, or striking the grain with the strike, or striking the plant against the hand object. And it is a slow and labor consuming process, and it is suitable for small quantity of harvest, and its output is 70 to 20 kg grains per hour. And the threshing by animals in India, the indigenous method is bullock threading, in which the crop is spread on the threshing floor in a circle, and bullock are made to walk on it in a circular path. Therefore, the repeated trampling under the bullock feet result in separation of the grain from the straw. And the trampling is continued till the grains are completely separated from the straw. On an average, a pair of bullock can be threshed 140 kg grains per hour. The all-pad thresher is the animal drawn thresher. It is mainly as a wheat thresher, and it is origin from the Gujarat state. It consists of the 40 to 21 plain or serrated disc mounted on a rectangular wooden or iron frame in three axial with the bearings on which a seat and platform are provided, and it is operated by the pair of bullock, and output of this is the 75 kg of the grains per hour. Now this cost of threshing is near about 3 to 3.5 per quintal, which is almost one half the cost of bullock trampling. And the thresher is useful for threshing wheat, barley, grams on the threshing floor. And this types of thresher has 3 to 4 wheels to facilitate its movement from one place to the another place. This is the diagram of the all-pad threshers. You can see the different components of the all-pad thresher, notched blocks, isn't it? And it's the metal screen, then seat, platform, and disc. Now the threshing by machines delay the threshing will cause not only spoilage of the grain, but also increase the broken rice percentage during the milling. Therefore, the delay threshing accounts huge grain losses, and the use of the stationary thresher, either faster method of the grain detachment, is a viable option. Therefore, the machine used for the purpose of the grain detachment and separation is called as a thresher. Therefore, threshing can be achieved by three methods. The rubbing action, impact action, or either stripping action. Now, the principle of threshing, the removal of the grains from the plant stalk, is done by a rotating cylinder whose threshing action depends primarily upon the impact. There are two types of the hold on and throw in are the two major types of the thresher are available in India. Hold on thresher, the plant stalks are held in bundles against the rotating cylinder, and the grains are stripped off and collected. Example for the pedal operated paddy thresher. Through in thresher, the plant stalk are fed into the machine continuously, which produces the grains and thresh straw in respective outlets. Therefore, this is the example of the power thresher or all crop threshers. Now the pedal operated thresher consists mainly a well-balanced threshing cylinder and driving mechanism and supporting frame. This type of threshing cylinder is made up of the iron or wood. The cylinder is provided with a series of threshing teeth in the shape of loop fixed on wooden slat all around its circumference. And the diameter of the cylinder used on common threshers is about 430 cm, but its width may vary from 40 to 76 cm. And the cylinder is supported by two ball bearings on the frame, and the normal operating speed is about 400 revolutions per minute. This is the types of the hold-on paddy thresher. This is the pedal operated paddy thresher. You can see how they operated by the pedal. This is pedal operated paddy thresher. Now the working principle of this paddy thresher, threshing of the paddy crop is done by holding the bundle against the teeth of the threshing cylinder while the cylinder is rotated at high speed, and the paddy bundle of suitable size are held against the teeth, and the pedal is operated by one man, but a larger size machine operated by two men at a time are also common. And this type of thresher has become very popular among the small farmers. And the capacity of the single man operated pedal operated thresher is about 1.5 to 1.9 quintals per day. The cost of threshing will be about 6 rupees per quintal of the grain. This is the flow through the paddy thresher. You can see the flow through the paddy thresher. Now the threshing, it is the separation and removal of the grain from the harvested crop by striking action. We again discuss the feeding action, threading or rubbing action. It is accomplished either threading the grain under the feet of man or hooves of the animals on striking the grains with stick or beating or impacting it on a hard or rough surface. And method of the threshings are hand beating with the capacity 70 to 20 kg per hour. Now the threading or rubbing with the bullock with the capacity 140 kg per hour, and pedal thresher with the capacity 40 to 45 kg per hour. Multi-crop thresher with the threshing capacity of 300 to 500 kg per hour. This is the hand beating. This is again hand beating. This is the animal hooving. Now the mechanization of the threshing methods. The threshing operation of the cereal crops has been mechanized in developed countries in a comparison to the threshing operation of the pulse crops, oil seeds, oil seeds. Then oil seeds. And under nowadays, the mechanization or modernization of the threshing operation is carried out in a combined harvester where the harvesting, threshing, winnowing, cleaning the thresh crops is done in a single operation by a single unit of the machine is called the combined harvester. The all operations are combinedly carried out in a combined harvester. Now the threshers are the machine to perform the works required for threshing mechanism or threshing process. The types of the threshing based on the threshing units are spike tooth or pegged type thresher, ras bar type thresher, angle bar type, wire loop type. These are the according to this is the spike tooth type of thresher. It is generally used for the multi-crop thresher. This is the ras bar type of thresher, generally used for the wheat crop. This is wire loop type of thresher. These types of threshing cylinder used for the paddy crops. This is again the drum or wire loop type of thresher. This is the ras bar type thresher. Then again spike tooth type. The types of thresher based on the sources of power available. therefore manually operated like a pedal thresher or engine operated thresher or tractor operated thresher with a range of 5 to 40 HP, and it has a capacity range of 200 to 500 kg per hour. And it may be the self-propelled engine type as a combine harvester. Now the types of the thresher based on the crops are wheat thresher, rice thresher, then corn sheller, multi-crop thresher, other crop or special crops thresher. This is the hold on types of thresher. This is the parts of the thresher. You can see the threshing cylinder, feed table, then dressing fan, screw conveyor, exhaust handles. This is the parts of the thresher. You feed tube, threshing cylinder, then exhaust handle, isn't it? And this is the threshing cylinder. Then threshing process or mechanism for us chute is located in front of the threshing drum, and most of the thresher consist of the rasbar type of cylinder with rasbar of the 6 to 8 numbers, or half of this right hand ribbing and half left hand ribbing, and or fixed alternatively. And it is consist of the angle bar type cylinder as well as the spike tooth type cylinder or concave. The grain is rubbed or beaten to the separate from the stalk without cutting the stalk and damaging the grains between the spike tooth, or rasbar or angle bar type cylinder or perforated concave type of basket. You can see this is the threshing drums, then concave, and there is a space between the threshing cylinder and concave. It's called as a concave clearance. This is the threshing process. You can see due to the speed of the cylinder, it hammering the material, feeding the crop material, and it is rubbing action take place. It separates the grain from the caps. Now the separation process, the main separation of the grain from the straw is through the concaves, and the loose grains mixed with straw as it leaves the cylinder are separated by oscillating the straw rack. And these racks may consist either one piece or of the several sections which alternately move with the slight elliptical action to pitch the straw rewarded with each movement. Now the cleaning process, the function of the cleaning unit, it is remove the chaff or other foreign matters from the grain, and this is done by the passing the unclean grains over a series of the oscillating sieves and screen through which the current of air is forced blow by fan blower, and different types of sieve and screens are available for different kinds of crops. Partially, the unthreshed heads of the grain turn the tailings drops into the auger, which deliver the tailing to an elevator, which in turn conveys the material upward to the threshing drum for re-threshing action, isn't it? This is the cleaning process. You can see in a diagram. It shows the cleaning process, how the chaff and other materials separated from the grains. Now the parts of multi-crop thresher, also the feeding tooth, it performs the feeding action. Then threshing cylinder drum does 55 to 65 centimeter in diameter. Threshing action, threshing with cylinder pegs, beaters of rasbar type of angle bar type or spike to top type or wire loop type of threshing cylinder used in these types, and the concave type perforated bucket, the separate grains and straw. Then blower is provided to supply the cleaning as well as forcing the chaff and straw from out of the machine. This is the thresher. This is the perforated concaves. This is again the top sieves, then oscillating sieves, then straw or chaff discharge outlet. This is the rice thresher. This is pedal types of thresher. This is walking condition. You can see how the laborers feed the crop material to the thresher. This is non-safety operation. Remember that do not perform the non-safety operation. It may be chances of accident. This is thresher. This is multi-crop type of thresher. Then maize sheller, it is the machine which separates the grains from maize cobs. It consists of the peg-studded cylinder of the diameter 20 centimeter rotating in a side of the cylindrical screen. And shelled corn drops through the holes in a screen for cleaning the process. A simple type and small handy corn sheller is also available with a rotating type of toothpiece. Now the types of the corn sheller, there are a spring type sheller and cylinder type. A spring sheller, it is has a plate under the spring pressure to hold the earth against a rotating disc which loosen and separate the kernels or grains from the cobs, and the grain pass downward through the cleaning unit and the cobs are rejected by the conveyor. Now the cylinder type, these are the bigger and larger in capacity engine or tractor operated 30 to 35 HP with the cylinder speed of 600 to 1000 RPM. This is a mesh sheller. This is multi-crop thresher again. Factors affecting a threshing performance, that is the plant or crop factor, or types of the crop, moisture content of the grain, variety of the crops, or drying of the crops. Again, the second machine or mechanical factors like model of machine, manufacturing quality, operating quality of the machine, care and maintenance of the machine, and handling of the crops, thresher, or miscellaneous factor like a safety factors for the grain injury. Thank you very much.